Me, the 10K became 100K. I was like,
100K, this is the way
the
to
baby
go.
store was born.
Yeah.
I went back there with 200K. By the end of the week, I kid you not, my boot was full of clothes.
Yeah.
And I had 1 million cash. I set up my laptop, Bulungi. They're like, okay, we're coming to visit. Where are the office premises? My parents' home. Of course, not a home. I said, plot, come to Kaserita Road. They come. They're like, but this is a home. I'm like, yes, this is where we operate from. My mom was there. She was like, Sheri, abajungu. She's like, you brought for us white people. So the kind of support we do is straight from ideation. We come and sit down together and think through your business or your business idea. Then formalization, compliance, then market access. Then now we're going to the tech.
How do I sign up? Do you have podcasters who you can match me with? Hi there, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Rise and Thrive podcast with me, Brenda. Today I am really excited. You know, I'm always excited, right? I don't know why, but I guess all my guests excite me. But today is a very, very special episode. So you see how we've been speaking to entrepreneurs, trying to understand their journey, and then focus on some of the areas that I feel, or from your feedback and interaction, that we feel could be, that we need to expound on, that may actually be of value and importance. So one of the things that came out clearly is the need for belonging as a business, the need for networking, the need for partnerships, the need for support. And one of the things that I have decided to do is to speak to various people or groupings that would offer you that type of, support or belonging. And that's why now you can see why I'm excited today, right? So today I am excited because I know these people. I was a bit in the background when this started, and it's amazing where it is now. And you must be wondering, what is it? So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you Sheri. Yes. Right? I do not want to take the thunder away from her, so I will let her introduce herself, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Welcome to the show, Sheri.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming.
My name is actually Sherifah.
Yeah.
Tumusiime Banana. Yeah, commonly known as Sheri. And I am the co-founder and the current CEO of Zimba Women. Why called Banana again? It's my dad's name.
Really?
Yes.
It's called Banana.
He's called
and
Banana.
He's a Ugandan.
He's a Munyoro from Hoima.
You know, I saw it sometime on your LinkedIn.
Yes.
And I thought maybe, because I thought maybe, it's stupid what I thought. I won't even say it because it's embarrassing. Because I saw you put CEO, but then the banana. So I thought maybe banana CEO meant something. I was actually going to ask you and say, okay, what does that mean?
It's so funny because both the nickname is something to drink sherry, and then now my actual name is Banana. So Sheri Banana is like
so banana is like a Kinyoro name, or
yes,
meaning what? That's so interesting.
I don't know.
You know? That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Sheri is the CEO and co-founder of Zimba Women.
Yes.
And I'll let you just tell us about Zimba Women, how it came to be, and what is your kind of focus, or what was the inspiration for you to start Zimba Women?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we started Zimba Women a long time ago, 2014, with my co-founder Peace.
Yeah.
Before Zimba, actually, I had a baby store. It was the first online baby store before even Jumia had just come into the market.
Yeah.
And at that time, I remember there was a store on Amazon that was, before Amazon bought it, it was called, I think, baby.com.
Baby.com, I remember it.
Yes, yeah. So I'm a techie, I'm a computer scientist by profession. So I follow what's happening in the tech space and things like that. And I had just had my baby.
Yeah.
So we were on BMM. I was on a Facebook group of moms.
Beautiful modern mothers.
On
Facebook.
Yeah. Those were such good times. Please unblock them.
I know, right? It's so hard to get onto Facebook these days.
Yeah, it's a graveyard now. Yeah, so we're on BMM. So I started selling. I remember that was my initiation into business. So before I had done small things here and there, but that was really the spark.
Yeah.
I remember posting, someone wanted onesies, and I said, I have, and they asked how much, so I said 10K. So, and I kept that post for posterity, because beneath that I have for 10K, in like an hour, there were 10 comments of, bring for me this number, bring for me this number. And I didn't have them. I had just bought secondhand ones.
Yeah.
So I went back down to Owino,
yeah.
I got them, washed, ironed, packed nicely, and spent the next day delivering. I had bought each onesie at 1K, and I was selling at 10.
At 10K.
So that I was like 10x. Me, the 10K became 100K. I was like,
this is the way to
the
go.
baby store was born.
Yeah.
I went back there with 200K. By the end of the week, I kid you not, my boot was full of clothes.
Yeah.
And I had 1 million cash.
Wow.
From 200K.
200, actually, from 10K. Let's
from
say
10K. People say these things about motivational speakers and things like that, but it really was that. Because baby clothes, the ones that come in the used things, first of all, they are nice. In most cases, they are even new with tags. Yeah. And selling these things, you're getting these things at 500, you're selling at 5K.
At 5K,
10K. The very nice ones, 25K, because someone gets it, it even has the tag of George next, Calvin Klein. You're like, this one is brand new.
It's brand new.
I was like, this thing works. I opened a Facebook page for it, I would go downtown after work, deliver at lunch. Stand big, Bank of Uganda, where BMM really birthed my business.
What was the business name?
It was the Baby Store Uganda.
The Baby Store Uganda.
So I opened a Facebook page, was selling.
Yeah.
From that, I had a shop. I started a shop with another BMM, actually, called Lydia and Joan.
Yeah.
So we ran that shop in Naluvega for 2 years, but then we got busy. The trappings of business in a shop. Yeah. I was now a big madam. I'd even stopped going downtown. I was even go to Turkey to import.
Yes.
Yeah, but then the constraints on time became too much. My child had grown by now. She's starting school. I was also going back to school. I had the job at MTN. So that shop collapsed. Because the only people who made money from that shop was the owner of the building and the attendant.
Yeah. Balancing is
it's
tricky.
Really hard.
Yeah,
because I kept finding myself getting salary, putting back into restock, so it wasn't making sense. So I said, let's stop this.
Yes.
Yeah. Then at work at MTN, they decided to outsource our IT department. I was like, so this is how the job goes.
Yes.
Then I'm like, but I had my business. Let me go back to it. I get back the stock. I had carried some stock at home. I was like, we shall start from here.
How long had you kept the stock?
For I think a year.
Thank God clothes don't get bad.
They don't get bad. So I was like, we shall restart from where we stopped. The page was still there. We had over 10K followers on the page. So I was like, people are still inboxing me for orders. So I was like, we shall start afresh from there. So I told myself, if this thing can support me for a month, I'll walk away from MTN with my heart in one piece.
Yeah.
And I remember that time I made 800K with the old stock. So I was like, this thing can actually support me. Yeah. I went home. I was living with my parents at that time, so I didn't even have a lot of costs anyway. So I was at home, and I would wake up early, because downtown you have to enter it like 5 a.m. to get the first good stock when they are cutting in Dibota. And I don't recommend, unless you have a lot of money, because there are different businesses.
Different grades,
Yes. So I tried to buy a bell, and then that money was just wasted because most of it was chaff.
Yes, that's
so I was like, that doesn't work. Now my model is I am retailer. I have to go down when they are cutting.
So you buy from the guys who bought the bell.
You're there and they throw at you. They throw at you. You look at it quickly. Pack. Look. So
the hustle.
Then I was at home. My parents were like, but what are you doing? Can you look for another job? I was like, this thing is paying me. you go and do a master's? I was like, I am quite happy. She could not believe that I was sitting and selling to people online.
Yes, online.
Yeah, because my mornings were for managing, taking pictures. By then I had now even built a website for it. Yeah, so I'll take pictures, upload, and organize inventory. Then the afternoons
is for selling and
delivering. Yeah. So I did that, and then shocking, I had customers up to, as far as Rwanda, Tanzania.
Really?
I was packing things and sending with a bus.
Okay, that's
so
interesting.
Again, back to Facebook, I was sharing this constantly because that was the thing to do then, to share what you're going through. And people were coming, even me set up for me. So I remember I set up Kekli's Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For Kekli.
And you know, then social media marketing was just
it was just
birthed.
Digital marketing basically with Patricia Cahill, all of those. But it was just starting. Yeah. So me, I was like, let me handle your Facebook. It will. Yeah. So I was doing that, and then, of course, talking with Peace at the time. And then we started, we're like, but let's turn this into a company. Let's provide IT services for women-owned businesses, and that's how Zimba was back. Yeah.
So Peace is also into technology.
Yeah, she's also a computer engineer. Yeah, and that's how we started Zimba in 2015. We officially said, let's start, and we had nothing. We just had an idea, and I remember we were like, okay, now we have the idea. Okay, what do we do?
What's funny is when Zimba Women had just started, I think I even have the email, because you guys used to market it a lot on BMM and Facebook and all of that. I actually expressed interest. I'm like, hey, I want to come. But then I even got forms, but I had no business at that time that I felt could warranted, so to say, digital support. And also then we were a bit naive. Like I said, digital marketing was still
it was still new.
So now Zimba Women is birthed 2015, right? What has the journey been like? What services were you offering?
So at that time it was still just basically digital support. I was going to entrepreneurs shops, we take pictures, I help you upload onto Facebook. I built websites for some, so things like that. So we're just basically using what we know in tech to help support these businesses. And it wasn't really formalized until we saw a call online by the ITC, International Trade Center. And they wanted businesses that are in tech. So they wanted to do export promotion for them, basically help them with capacity and things like that. So we applied. We're like, long shot, but let's apply. We were still now just doing rough. We've not even registered. So they send us an email. They say, hey, we are part of they've invited us for the launch at Serena. So we're like, hey, mama, they've invited us to watch other companies get the thing. So it's fine, we shall go. So we reached there. And I remember the consultant who was in charge of it, Richard, who's now actually the chair of our board, because he's seen us from zero to where we are now. So they say, okay, Zimba Women, you're also part of the program. We've chosen 30 companies and you're amongst. So we're like, yeah? How?
Oh, yes.
So they're
like,
thought
you were just coming to watch.
We were just coming to Serena for free breakfasts. So he's like, no, we wanted 3 women-owned companies. No, we wanted 5. And only 3 applied, and you're among the 3.
Okay.
So
like, you got lucky.
Just by putting your hand up that I'm also here.
Yes.
Yeah. So they were like, yeah, so you're part of it. So they're like, so we are going to come sign contracts. So like, contract. They're like, yeah, so bring your documentation, your registration forms. We had not registered. I was still working out of my parents' home.
Yes, because you were just doing it, it was still like a concept you were testing, so to say.
So I'm like, so he's like, hey, no problem. And we have to visit the businesses.
Your mother's home.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. I went, we registered properly. At that time, we were actually 4 co-founders with Stella and Elizabeth as well, who have since left. So we go, we register. Quickly, URSB, we get some sort of... I set up my laptop, Bulungi. They're like, okay, we're coming to visit. Where are the office premises? My parents' home. Of course, not a home. I said, plot, come to Kaselita Road. They come, they're like, but this is a home. I'm like, yes, this is where we operate from. My mom was there. She was like, Sheri abazungu. She's like, you brought for us white people. Because they brought people from the Dutch embassy to see what they were going to support on ground.
Yeah.
So we sat at the dining table. I was like, yes, this is where we operate. So like, okay. I was like, yes, Google started in a garage.
I know. Most tech businesses.
This is our garage.
Just of all places.
We are here. I had hung up our certificate of incorporation with the family photos. So I was like, yeah, we're here. This is how we operate from here. We are supporting women. So we're like, okay. And that program really, I owe it a lot. Yeah. Because it's what really, really helped us. They got us, we were a baby, we weren't even walking.
Yeah.
And by the time NTF4 came, we were now flying, literally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just to take you back, when you were supporting these businesses on BMM, were they paying you?
No.
Or you were doing it for free?
I was doing it for free.
No wonder your parents were like, you need to get a job.
I was doing it for free.
How were you surviving? The baby store
was still running at that time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was doing it for free because even up to now, actually, I do BDS for free because for me, I am really passionate about it. I know where I will get my money from.
Yeah.
It is not from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. My goal, actually, we sat down with Peace and we envisioned being the gateway to investment for women-owned businesses. Yeah. Something like there's a female founders fund, I think. Something like Y Combinator, but for women.
For women,
yeah. So
I think me and you share in the same vision because it's why I started this particular space for me. Is because I'm also passionate, knowing all the 1,000 businesses that have done and failed. My passion is really how do I, with the knowledge and experience that I'm lucky to have, that I may not apply to my own business, how can I then support other people? And then it's through sharing that you learn from each other and say, okay, I'm not alone, or you mean this person did this, I could try it, and things like that. So this project, what were you then doing? So
in this project, they were actually, now it is what we do for people because we learned from this project. Yeah. So they did everything from help us structure the company. They helped us do marketing, proper marketing. Now we go to class and learn what is actually digital marketing instead of these things that I was just trying on people. They helped us build a website. They would get a consultant to come and sit, and then you write your strategy document together. Then they'd also, all that travel, most of the travel that you people were seeing for me and Peace was funded by, so we would go to like trade expos to meet other companies, and that really opens your mind and you see possibilities of things that you could be doing back home. Yeah.
I like this because it just started because you put up your hand.
Yes.
Yeah. So you are not afraid to put yourself out there because most times imposter syndrome takes a toll on you. You're like, am I not? And it's a thing women have. You're not sure. You're like, I have just started. I may not even know. I don't have a master's in this. Why should I? But for me, the great lesson I'm taking from this is you put yourself out there even when you are not sure, and now you're going places. That's so amazing. But now, why women? Why the focus on women? I know it was birthed from BMM, but why women? Yeah,
I've always been passionate about women. I think from my grandmother. My grandmother has been, up to now, she's in her 70s, but she's still in Owino. Actually, she's actually the one who even encouraged me to go.
Oh.
Yeah, she buys bells. She cuts in the water. She cuts
at 70?
bells. Yes.
Oh.
And she has educated 11 people. She left her, she was in a polygamous marriage. There were 3 in one house. She woke up one day and said, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What is this nonsense? Carried her 11 plus others that she had found because she was the first wife.
Yeah.
Then another one came. And then another one came in the same house, just separate bedrooms.
Yeah.
So she's like, but what are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah.
This was in the 90s. She's like, this is disgusting. She carried her children, plus the other like 3 that she had found there, and said, we go. she moved into a Chifulukwa, unfinished house. She was like, I'm going to be here. And because Muslim Uganda man from Nachifuma was like, me, I don't support people who are not in my house.
Yes.
So she was like, hey.
So she had to find a way of supporting
well
her.
Done. So she entered Dowino, started selling. And from there, she has educated 11 people up to degree. Is living quite comfortably. Actually, this Haji, who was quite wealthy, he had a bus line at the time that she left, has collapsed and is now... she's the wealthier of the
fact that she's 70 and she's still most of us even fear crossing, you know, that Kampala road. We fear crossing where Pioneer Mall used to be. I think most people would like stop there because you just the kavuyo that is down there. But that's where the money is, meanwhile.
That's where the money
so the fact that she's 70 and she's still doing that's amazing. So that's where you draw your inspiration.
That's where I draw. I remember when I started even going downtown and people were like, but Sherry, what are you doing? You have a degree, you have a good job at MTN, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she was like, So I went to see her. And she was like, oh, okay, that's what they are saying, that you don't come. Okay. What phone do you have? I was like, my Nokia. She's like, but you see me have an iPhone.
And it's because I'm down there.
She's like, you pack your degree. Well done. On the degree, we are very happy and proud of you. But if you feel you can do more.
Yeah.
And she's like, there is money down here. It is that money, but it is not rejected at the bank.
Yeah.
Your money, which is clean from the office, is accepted. Even mine, which comes is folded, it is all money.
It's all money. And it might even be more money. Yeah, so she really, really, I saw what she did, and I see how she helps in the community and things like that. So that's why I was like, you touch a woman. There are more people from her 11 children, one now employs over 500 people. Yeah.
Because she educated that person. So just
person,
imagine the multiple effects for women.
Women.
That is why women. And we keep getting men coming. We want to be part of this program. We're like, no.
It's strictly for women.
It's strictly for women.
Yeah.
Men have you have your circles of support that have traditionally been there. Women have not.
Yeah. So. And you know, there's always that narrative going around. Maybe it's not, I'll call it a narrative because people say, I've been in forums where people are like, the boy child is now being abandoned, the boy child is being forgotten. But I'm thinking they had 1,000 years of excellence. Just when did this whole, women equity and all of that start? Like maybe 15, 20 years ago. Okay, let's say 30. Yeah, I don't think it's
the
not
boy
that
child
bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because if you look, and we keep even online shouting about this, if you look at, okay, the Ugandan government maybe is not, but it's still representative. If you see how many MPs are there, remove the women MPs. How many?
It's mainly men. Yeah.
The top leaders of government, how many are women? Yes, you have Nabanja and the vice and the speaker, but still, it's a drop.
It's a drop
in the ocean.
And for me, it even goes to what women go through. You see, me and you could have the same opportunity. A guy, I'm a chick. I what people don't understand is every month for like 4 days, I am not operating at 100%. I'm literally just forcing life because I'm having my monthlies.
Yes.
Then you go off and get pregnant. Pregnancy brains, like we can never be the same.
We can
never be the same. They have much better opportunities. If you're a parent, most times, even for modern mothers like me and you, care, certain things are expected of you, are not expected of a guy. So they still have the upper hand, but I guess because there's so much noise going around about women,
it's a distraction. Even I noticed
they feel like the boy child is being left out. But in my view,
no, not at all. If you look at all the billionaires, how many are women?
Yeah, they're actually not so many. Yeah. So what kind of support, right, do you give to if there's a business out there What kind of support do you give to them?
So we give, and we've been struggling with this for a while because people want us to support a certain sector, a certain kind of business. But as our support is for all businesses.
Not tech. Because one would think since you're techies, your focus would be on technology.
Of course, we have some programs that are donor dependent, so the person who's giving you the money for the program dictates
specific,
what you should do, who you should support. For example, like the MasterCard one, they emphasize that it is youth. So they want 18 to 35. But then we find the bulk of our business women are beyond 35.
Yeah, 30. They say 30 to 40 something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're like, us we will support them still. So the kind of support we do is straight from ideation. We come and sit down together and think through your business or your business idea. Then formalization, compliance, then market access. Then now we're going to the tech after looking at that you have a strong product or service. Now how can tech help your processes?
How can tech help
Can it
you?
help in marketing? Can it help in inventory management? Can it help in back end accounting? Things like that.
And so say if I'm a business, I'm not even a business person. I have this great idea in my mind. I come to you, we sit and come up with a business plan. You take me through. Are you able to tell me whether it's a viable business or not?
Yes.
So if
based on my experience,
yes,
at least.
I like that disclaimer.
At least I've done it since 2015. How many years are those? 8. I'm almost making a decade in this now. Now I know a business that works and one that doesn't specific to this market, because people come with ideas of, I've seen this online,
I saw this in another country, and yet the reality on ground is totally different.
Very different. Based on the dynamics that I've seen and the businesses that we've worked with, at least I have a good inkling of what works and what doesn't.
So then you take the person through that whole process, and then you come up with a business plan, and then what happens after that?
Then you have the business plan. So then we go to implementation. Actually, that is my best part. Every time someone comes with an idea, even before I started the baby store, I remember this, I should share this story, I must. I had the idea of the baby store. So one of my good friends, Michael, I went to him, I told him I have an idea. He was like, just start, don't tell me.
Just start. So
I was like, he's like, I don't want to hear. You go and start. So I was like, okay, let me go and start. So I did for like 2 weeks, then I came back. I was like, I've actually started. This is where. He's like, now we can talk, because ideas are dime a dozen. You can have the most brilliant idea, but when it meets paper, when it meets ground, everything is different. So we ideate, then start, please. Come back when you've started, when there's something, when you've sold. At least, because people come, they're like, I want to have, I remember someone wanted a coffee brand that is royal, that is all these things. So I was like, they wanted to actually name it before they had even done.
I feel attacked because I keep telling people how some of my businesses, I go get branding. Before I even sell, I have a beautiful logo. I've printed a shirt, at least one shirt. There's one where I even had a mug. I had a very beautiful Instagram, Facebook page, but had I sold? Nothing. So after we ideate and all of these beautiful things that we've written down on paper, we've done a mock site, all of these things, come back when you've started. After that, I don't want to talk. Because your mindset will be very different. Sell to at least 5 people. Then come back. Because those 5 people will tell you, these cakes are shit, or okay, the taste is good, but the design is bad. You can improve this. You already have an idea of whether you can take it forward, or just it's something that you're even not interested in the first place. So do they pay for it? Do I have to pay for it?
No, still no, because we've been privileged to have partners who have supported us throughout the years, who've supported these processes. So I want to keep these services free. The payment comes at a later date. I prefer, like how they say, Facebook is free. So who's paying for Facebook?
Who's paying for Facebook?
So I kept that model in mind. If a product is free, then you are the product. So that women, my database of women is actually my product. It's the women themselves are not to pay. Yeah.
Okay. So if you say that businesses are free, then how do you benefit? Okay, I know you have all these people sponsoring you, right? But at what point does a business start to give back to you, or is it, the businesses don't pay at all up to that point where they've started? They don't pay like a success fee that you supported them.
That has actually just come now with the high innovator that we are having. If a business unlocks financing, then we get a portion of the financing that it has gotten, which has been actually the dream that we had from the very get-go. Yeah. My dream was to build these businesses up until they reach a level of being able to attract financing. Then I'm like, okay, now, madam, we've supported you. You've gotten $1 million. Surely
you can leave someone. You can leave someone that table.
You can leave someone that table. So that finder's fee, that has always been my goal in mind. Yeah.
So guys, I mean, I feel like I need to be paid for this information, because this is free information. And you see, the problem is most people do not know that these opportunities are there.
Yeah.
So you have your idea, you're struggling with it alone, or your business is struggling, and then Zimba Women is like giving you these free services. So how can you be contacted?
So we are online everywhere at Zimba Women.
That
is all you need. At Zimba Women everywhere, you'll find us. Yeah. Okay. And we'll definitely get in touch.
Yeah. So we were talking about it offline, about women not being able to speak up about, or like our imposter syndrome. It's like God gave it to us 10 times more than what he gave the men. How do you handle those situations, like the businesses that you interact with, the lack of confidence, the questions we always ask ourselves,
So actually, even when we are designing our programs with our partners, we tell them the first, because we've seen it over and over and over again, the first lessons are about the entrepreneur and building up the entrepreneur. Because in the first session, you even ask these women, introduce yourselves. Someone comes, my name is Tumusiime. Then they run back and hide. You're like, but it's your name. If you can't own your name, you're shy. Then someone comes, I have a business there. Yeah, we import some things. Then you find out she does a container every month.
Yes, and
but she's saying a business.
Yes.
You're like, So the first week, the first session is really feel confident in your space, take up space. You see how a man stands and he's like, I'm here. He participated in building Nambole. He laid one brick, but me, you see that stadium there. Even
the ancestors will hear about
it was me.
Ancestors, descendants, everyone will know that brick is the reason why Nambole is standing.
It is why Nambole is standing. Yeah. On me, had I not been there. But a woman, so we go through this, learn to own your space, own your idea. It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
You're doing these amazing things, own it.
And that's such a big challenge. I just don't know why God did it that
because
way.
If you don't believe in yourself, if you're not the first buyer of yourself, who's going to buy it?
Who's going to buy it? Like, you need to be able to sell your own confidence.
Yes.
Okay. So for many businesses, I feel if I had a bit of belonging, say at the time when I was trying out so many things, if I had belonging, if I had support, if I had Zimba Women, if I had a bit of mentorship, I think maybe I could have made better decisions. So do you think businesses, like, what role do you think mentorship, business mentorship plays in what role does it play in uplifting businesses? I
believe mentorship is key, because I keep telling people our mentor is who got us here. If I had met her 5 years before I started, it would be far. I remember when we met her, Elizabeth Ntege, and she told us about her business. It just blew my mind. I said, a woman can do this, because you can't aspire to something that you've not
that you
seen.
don't know, you've not seen or
You've
heard
not.
of, yeah.
It's far. The businesses that you're admiring are far. The operas they're far. They're not near you. They're not in your context. Yeah, but listening to her, I walk into a bank, I get an overdraft of 500 million. You're like, hey.
Wow.
You're like, I should stop fearing money. By the way, I should stop fearing loans. I should stop. Like, there are so many things. It's good to talk through certain things with someone and to get inspiration from someone.
Yeah.
Who's been there, who's walked that journey. Yeah, so mentorship is key, and we have a mentorship program where we match women who are already in advanced stages of their businesses with women who are just starting. So you have someone like Sarah Cakes hand holding someone who's just starting, Ashley, a cake maker who's just starting.
Within the same sector.
Yeah, within the same
everything.
sector. Yeah, because you're here, you're just doing birthday cakes, you're doing just cupcakes. It would be nice to sit with someone who's done wedding cakes, who's done a cake for the kabaka. Like, what does it take? What tools are you using so that you don't, you don't waste time making mistakes.
And for me, this right here validates whatever it is I'm trying to do, because I feel it's what most businesses lack. And I don't know if it's a Ugandan thing. People fear to say their things. Okay, I don't know if it's witchcraft or what, but people fear and say, hey, just do your things on the down low. But sometimes without telling your actual trade secret, I mean, if you are good at painting, you're good at painting. So even if you tell me where you buy your paint from, I'll never paint like you. So most people fear telling their stories or sharing, right, certain things and how they do certain things, and I think you can't grow if the people around you are not growing.
No,
so I think that's a very
you don't grow, because if you grow, you attract capital. If they see that all of these businesses are raising up to a certain level, you attract investment, you attract market, you attract. It's you have to think bigger than what you're doing. Yeah.
So for the mentorship, it's also free.
Yeah.
But these are people who should be at least through your system, or can I just come to you and say, Sherry, I need a mentor?
It's our existing pipeline of women who we've been working with, who we then match, because we don't want, our mentors don't have time.
Yeah.
So I've not worked before with you, so I don't know you. I can't recommend you. I can't match you, because we go through a matching process.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've actually had a scenario, our biggest success story via the mentorship. We matched a young lady, a writer in Uganda, with a lady who owns a resort, leisure resort in Tanzania.
And she
actually, yeah.
Okay.
But she was interested in tourism and things like that. Yeah. So this lady actually flew from Tanzania to come and meet her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to match someone who's going to benefit. So you've seen that this person is actually serious, because many people are just joking.
Yeah.
Or just trying. Because these people don't have time. They are busy business people. They are already established. So their money, their time is now money.
Okay. How do I sign up? Do you have podcasters who you can match me with?
We keep trying, because every time, like, let's say, because Peace and I, we've been privileged to travel a lot, so we've really grown our network. So I keep, every time I meet someone new, I'm like, there's someone in Uganda, or even within Uganda, the circles. You're like, you should meet this person. They're doing something like that, even outside the formal mentorship program. Yeah, and the fact that it's global, because we do a call that's worldwide.
Yeah.
So people apply, both the mentors and the mentees.
Yeah. Okay. So because Zimba Women is part of my network, guys, I'm hooking you up for free. You're not even paying me anything. And what kind of, you slightly touched on it, but I just want to know what kind of, I want to hear what has been your top 3 most positive stories, right?
I'll just give you one.
Yes. Okay, one. Let's go with
Mommy
the most.
Gen.
Which one?
Shea butter. Mommy Gen. Mommy Gen.
Yeah.
So she does shea butter processing, Lydia Nakayenze. So when we started, it was just an idea. She just had little.
Oh, that's the one who exports to Germany?
Yes, she exports shea butter to Germany. Yeah, she has a processing
Yes.
factory in Otuke.
In Otuke, yes.
Yeah.
I heard about her.
Yeah, so she was the first person we actually gave money. And we're like, and she used that. It was a little amount. She just bought a fridge to keep
the
shea butter longer, and for it not to melt and things like that. But the fact that from a fridge we are now talking about a factory is just, and over 5 years,
not just even
exporting to Europe.
Thing,
So that means it's our biggest success story, and it's what we keep saying over and over again. Like you need just a little support to push someone a little.
Go to the next
Actually,
level.
most people just need someone to believe in them. That is the bulk of what we do, by the way, at Zimba. Cheerleading, people saying, someone calling you, yes, it will work. Go ahead. Even if you know that they are going to stumble and fall. But go, please, because that's not there in the community. Entrepreneurship is very lonely.
Very lonely. So you need someone to tell you you're doing okay.
You need someone to tell you, like, go. By the way, you can go. Have you seen this? Have you seen this program? Have you seen this trade fair? You should go.
So you mentioned something interesting around saying you give them money. So beyond ideation and support to grow and business support, do you also do some bit of financing?
Yes. Some little bit. So we have, that was something we were trying out then, but now we have a circle that's really going to formalize all of these investments into businesses. So that's some of the work that we are doing with our partner, Penda Capital.
A circle?
Yes, a circle. Yeah.
So who are the circle members?
The circle members are still Zimba Women.
All the businesses that you've supported have
so they are saving and borrowing, but we want to turn that as well into an investment vehicle, so that it's actually actively investing in businesses on top of just loaning. So it's long-term plans.
My mind is working, because that's very, very, very interesting, and that's one thing that in the investment space where I work that we don't see much. We struggle to get local investors. And I know even like Ministry of Finance, there's been a lot of talk on how, of course, circles normally just bank their money and they invest in safe, land, treasury bills, unit trust. So there's been discussion of how then can they be supported to make such long-term investments? But of course, there's always talk of do all like the registration, will all the circle members be in agreement?
Now how this will work?
What's the dynamic like?
The dynamic is we've been working together. We are in our community together, so we have seen how this company is borrowing and paying back. So we have insights into its operations. So that would make sense to make a long-term investment.
You know their credit history.
Yeah, we know their credit history.
Okay. So based on that credit history, then you would be investing in businesses that are within the Zimba circle.
Yes, within the circle.
Or not going outside the circle.
No.
Would that be an option?
To go outside the circle?
If, for example, you find a very good business that you think makes sense, but they are not part of Zimba.
No.
It
really
is
outside. It has to be within.
So you just have to join Zimba Women, guys. I mean, they even have financing options. That's interesting. But do you get people coming to you, partners coming to you, and giving you money to on lend to these businesses?
Actually, we have something that we are going to announce in July. We have
without saying much, but
from Europe.
That's
going to do something like that. We are piloting with 10 women, so it's giving us money to on lend
to 10 women.
Yes, so we see how that works and then scale it up to 100.
Will you put out a call for women to apply, or it will strictly be the businesses?
It will still be the businesses within which we've already worked with, because we don't want to experiment with what we've not seen.
It's in July.
Yes, in July.
So you guys have 2 weeks
to join
Zimba Women. 2 weeks to join Zimba Women, become active, so that you're able to tap into that opportunity. I think that's very interesting, because one of the, and I was going to ask you about some of the obstacles or the challenges that you think women businesses struggle with, but one of those that we'll say is financing. So maybe you can just speak to that, because that's one of the biggest challenges.
So even I have faced same as Zimba and even as the baby store. Because I remember there was a time there was the Youth Livelihood Fund that I tried to get in DFCU. And I went with all my documentation and they wanted collateral, they wanted so much. Generally, they didn't believe in my business. Yet, I had everything. I actually had collateral. I had the receipting,
bookkeeping
was on point, everything. And they just said no. I said, yeah. And yet this is money from the government. So there's still that barrier from formal, from the formal sector. And then so people have to run to microfinances where the rate is really ridiculous. Because if you're giving me money at 25% in this economy, what am I selling that is making 25% for me to return that money and then make profit and pay overhead? It's either that's only prostitution and drugs that's making that sort of turnover.
That's sort of turnover. That's very true. Some of their requests are so unrealistic.
So there's lack of, and there's even lack of, there's that missing middle where people don't want so much money. I don't want 50 million. I want maybe 5 for just 3 weeks. I want 2 million to clear taxes for my small, it's not even a whole container, just a few bags. So there's no one who's financing that. You have to go family, friends, fools. So there's a big challenge. Credit is really it's our problem, but then of course it's hard also in this because we don't have, like abroad you have people you have a credit card, so they determine the big C of credit, character. So now here we don't have, people easily move, so you don't have someone who can even referee or guarantee. Because someone can easily disappear, so there's also that problem. So it's hard, but we are trying, and we'll see within the community and then scale that out. So as Zimba Women, then, because that speaks to me to like financial inclusion, like teaching women the value of saving, of joining circles, of investing. What kind of programs do you have around that? So that's again why we've partnered with Penda Capital to do a strong financial inclusion program that goes hand in hand with our tech, building our digital literacy and business development, so that it's constantly in our faces, save, invest what little savings you have, so that it's not just lying there on the account losing value. Keep your books. Bookkeeping is a very important thing. You must track every shilling. Where is it going? What is it doing? So that has become a core by Penda Capital. Since us, we don't have the expertise, we've gotten them on board as partners for that particular bit.
I like that you have collaboration and partnership, because it goes to show you that if we are to change, if we are to change this whole environment, we need to partner with each other.
That one I have we've learned and said like that. I can't do everything. I can't claim to be an expert. My expertise is in tech. And business development, courtesy of real life experience. That is all. But I can't say I am an expert in finances. No. So I have to find someone who that is their expert. So that's what we've really, and we're actually open to more collaborations. If you find that there's a particular, because we have even women in the community saying, now I am a mental health expert. Can I do this for the women? And we are happy for you to provide these services and to collaborate with such people.
I think you have got that. So if you have, I'd actually asked some time back, I'm like, if you feel you are a subject matter expert in something that will develop or add to women out there to increase them financially or in their business world, I think you can always contact me or contact Zimba.
We're always happy to collaborate and work with people.
So beyond, I can already see the challenges, finances, imposter syndrome. In your line of work then, beyond those two, what are the other maybe 2 or 3 obstacles that you think are a block to women growing their businesses to the level that they would want to?
So we have finances, we have imposter syndrome, then we have basically a lack of awareness of opportunities.
Exactly, that's like top.
Because people keep asking me, someone's like, but what internet do you use? But the same. internet. Where I get these opportunities is the same internet that we are all using. It's just take time off TikTok and WhatsApp and go to Google.
All the information is there.
Every time I speak anywhere, I tell people there's one website that you should be visiting at least every week. Opportunitiesforafricans.com. Every week, just peep there and see what is there.
It's called opportunitiesforafricans.com. Yeah. So they are like jobs.
There are jobs, there are grants, there are competitions, there are fellowships, there are training opportunities. It's aggregated there. Then also just use Google. It is there at your disposal. Look for, in your sector, opportunities for coffee growers.
Yeah.
Look at what's the government, first of all. I know we all have a bad perception, we have fear for it, but government hosts so many opportunities. They have trade fairs which are open to the public.
Yeah.
But I end up going there and I don't see women. I'm like, we are meeting the Emiratis in Sheraton. They've advertised this thing on radio, in the news, but no women.
But the guys are there.
But the men are there.
Yeah, so tell me, Sherry, you are in this space, you're already supporting women, you're supporting businesses, and of course you are supporting them to also be able to access, financing. So what are you seeing in the market? Like what options do we have in the market if we are looking for financing?
At the moment, actually, the market is awash with financing of all sorts. There is equity from, let's say, MasterCard has given money to certain different sectors, so you can get money through the High Innovator. That's an equity where they take a portion of your business and then give you money. Yeah, $20,000, but that is going to be scaled up to 100,000. That for certain kinds of businesses. And already many businesses in the market, up to, I think the number is around 250 have accessed this financing, and of that 50% have been women.
Okay.
Yeah. Then there is USADF, a development fund from the American government that's giving money through Stanbic. There's YSAU, that's through Hive Collab. Yes. Yeah, that's from Japan. I think JICA. Yeah. There's so there's all sorts of funds, and then there's also venture capital that has actually come in. I saw a few days ago there's someone who, Equator Chocolate, got financing from a VC, and so there's money. It's just how you structure your business
and the information.
And also, is your idea unique? You may be seated on something that is brilliant that no one has seen before. Are you doing something out of jackfruit? Something that is like innovative. There are so many things that I keep seeing, and I'm really blown away. People who are doing body butters that are from like really healthy sources, organic, and right now that's the trend. It's not the trend, but it's actually what we should be doing.
People want to do healthy stuff.
Yeah, healthy stuff. Eat healthy, use healthy products. So you're making something. Those sponges that out of, let's say if someone packed those the natural sponges and you just package them really well, and it has that eco-friendly, aspect to it. People are willing to finance things like that. It's just like I said, you have to be aware. Go and search about these opportunities. There is always there is Grow by the World Bank, $200 million. They're going to put it in financing and training for women only. So be aware. These things, go to people who are in charge of these things. PSFU, us, you will task your government representatives. They have this information
to share.
Yeah.
What I hear is the information is there, but we need to be hungry for it.
You need to be hungry. No one is going to bring food to you. You have to go, like how you're hungry to start your business, go and look and hunt for customers and opportunities, hand in hand for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like how I'm always out there looking for women, I'm also looking for partners and
one
things
thing
like
about
that.
Sherry is she's always looking for businesses, women-owned businesses.
I'm always looking for businesses. I'm always looking for partners, hand in hand. I have the women. What are you doing in Uganda? Are you supporting women? Can I help you support the women? Things like that. So even you as a business owner, I am processing milk. Look for everyone who's in the sector of milk processing.
The
what are they
importance of
doing?
networks as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
attend functions, things that try and be out of your bubble as much
Yeah.
as possible. Yeah.
So I can you've pretty much told us your best impact story. Unless there's another you want to share. But I would like to hear, without, of course, mentioning names and anything, what was your worst business experience as Zimba?
As Zimba.
Yeah.
We've not had like a bad business experience. Usually, I know there's something that I call bad money. There are people who I see are going to stress me. At the end of the day, I'm not going to enjoy eating that money. I walk away from it.
Yeah.
There's we got someone who wanted to fund us, but their program was safe abortions.
Yeah.
So I was like, this was going to be bad money. How was I going to explain myself to my mother?
To your mother. Because at the end of the day, you have a community.
Yes, it's a fact. Abortions are happening and they should be safe.
Yeah.
But it will look like I am promoting them.
Yes.
So that will be bad money. At the end of the day, I will not help anybody.
Yeah.
So there's things that we've walked away together with peace. There are people who come and we're like, we will not be associated with that. Yeah.
And you're like, no, it's okay. The money is there, but no, you will not. It wouldn't work.
I will not sleep. I don't want money where I will not
and
sleep. I keep saying, I don't want money where I'm going to be waking up, like something will knock on my roof and be like,
yes, you want to be able to sleep.
I want to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's been, I am happy that I got you on the show, because for me, it validates what I want, the information I want to be out there. I thought the whole time I've known Zimba, I thought you charged a fee. So imagine I'm also learning today. And I'm already thinking at the back of my mind that 10,000 ideas I think about at night, which ones can I present to Sherry after this? And I hope you guys out there are thinking the same thing, because she's there, she's available. And they've said the services are free. So I don't see what is stopping you from ideation, business development, and even access to finance and markets. This is like the best opportunity, right? And it's very good what you guys are doing. These guys are doing so well. Just the other day I saw you said shouted you out, right? For financial inclusion in northern and the Western region.
Yes.
And you guys are really doing amazing stuff. So for me, I'm really inspired by what you. Hi, Peace Kutesa. She's
in the US.
Yes. So you guys are doing really amazing, and this is to just say keep up the good work. And it's just. It's through your work that there will be change in a year or two or so to come. And just your parting shots, right? Where do you see women and entrepreneurship going in the next 5 years?
Women are doing amazing things. The women that we are supporting, women are doing amazing things. They're becoming captains of industry, things that I never thought in real estate, in construction, in sectors that you traditionally do not see women. They're there, and they're really, taking the horns of the bull. So it's exciting. It's an exciting time actually now to be a woman, because like I said, there's so many opportunities. The opportunities are there. You just have to get out of your house and go and look for them.
Look for it. Okay. Thank you so much, Sherry. It was a pleasure. Sorry, I have the right to call her Sherry because she's in my network. The rest of you will call her Sherifah. So it was really a pleasure to have you on the show, and I hope that I will be able to refer. So guys, if you can't get to her directly, please flood my inbox and flood my socials. Let us make her busy, because when she's busy, then she'll go out there and get more funders, more partners to collaborate and work with. So thank you so much. And guys, this is why we are here. This is why Rise and Thrive is here. Okay, so get into my inbox, get into my socials, contact me. Let us rise and thrive together. Till the next episode.